Hello. Thank you, everybody. It's lovely to be here at Stoke Mandeville at this stadium. I was last here in 1982 when I was a 16-year-old, and that was over 40 years ago. And I had the most amazing time there. And to watch our team from Scotland, Team Glasgow, these guys and everybody. Our team have been absolutely amazing, and every team that's here from the whole of England and from Barcelona. So,
it's not closed. It's not closed. Please don't leave. Angie, can I just ask you a couple of questions because I've prepared them, and as Michael Parkinson would do. Can you tell everyone, first of all, how you ended up in a wheelchair and have a spinal injury? How did that all happen?
I was a 16-year-old and I was in a car crash. It was actually a drunk driver. And at that time you didn't wear seatbelts. So I went out the back window and I broke my back and I was paralysed from the chest down. I was taken, first of all, to the spinal unit in Newcastle and then up to the Glasgow spinal unit, where the physiotherapists and nurses and occupational therapists gave me the best care. And they introduced different sports at the sports club to me there and brought me down here to Stoke Mandeville, where I had the absolute time of my life as a 16-year-old. And it makes me feel really emotional because to be back here in this stadium after all these years and watching Team Glasgow and the rest of you guys compete has just been absolutely phenomenal. You've done so well because I know what sport has done for me, for my health, my fitness, for my confidence, and for everything else that I've achieved. To be able to come and work for WheelPower has been absolutely fantastic. They're such an amazing organisation, a charity that has helped me, that's helped so many disabled and wheelchair users all over Great Britain.
Thank you. And wheelchair curling, how did you first get into wheelchair curling, and what has wheelchair curling done for you?
I got into wheelchair curling because one of my mates in the spinal unit, my friend Jim, we were in the spinal unit together. I was a 16-year-old, he was 20, and Jim had broken his neck and was really, really very ill in the initial stages. And through rehab, we were in hospital together for over a year. So over the years when we both left hospital, Jim would phone me up and we'd meet up every so often and we'd go for food and we'd go for a coffee. And one year he phoned me up and he says, Angie, there's this new game called wheelchair curling. It just started in 2002. Do you fancy trying it? And I said, at that time, I had teenage daughters and I was studying for my degree as well. And I said, Jim, you have got to be joking. I'm tearing my hair out here. There is no way I can come to Glasgow. At that time I lived in South Ayrshire, which was 65 miles away, to try wheelchair curling. However, he persevered. And I went up to the European Championships in Glasgow at Braehead, and I was able to try out, and I was absolutely hooked.
And then, of course, a year later, you were in Switzerland at the World Championships representing Scotland, and you did pretty well. How'd you go on?
Well, we did not too badly at all. We won gold, and that was just amazing.
What did it feel to represent your country?
See, to put a Scotland top on when you're a Scot, if you're English, if you're Welsh, if you're Spanish, whatever nationality you are, wow, it's something else. When you've got your name on your back and you've got the country on the back of your top, I felt amazing. It was just something else to be able to go out there and represent your own nation.
And of course, the next year, Scotland hosted the World Championships. So where was that and what happened at those championships?
Yes, well, they hosted the championships in Glasgow at Braehead, at the arena there. And to be able to play in a World Championships on home ground with my daughters there, my family there, with friends from all over Glasgow, all over Britain, it was absolutely fantastic, and we won gold there as well.
So curling eventually became a Paralympic sport, and you were selected for your Paralympic debut in Turin in 2006. What was it like to go to a Paralympic Winter Games with all the other sports and all the other athletes and the opening ceremony and all of that?
It was just it was absolutely amazing. It's mind-blowing, really fantastic, and to go out to be in a Winter Paralympics Games in Torino was just phenomenal. The Italians treated us like film stars. It was just great. You know, we had such a fantastic time. And out at that championships, at that Paralympic Games, we had a fantastic team, and we got to the final of those at the Paralympic Games, and we won silver.
So, 4 Paralympic Games later, what's your outstanding memory of, your elite competing, life as a sportswoman for Scotland and for Britain? What do you think is the one thing that you would take away from competing internationally?
I mean, absolutely, it's the people that we met, and it was definitely the volunteers that helped throughout all of our sports. Over all of those years, I curled and competed for 15 years and travelled the world. Our support staff at British Curling and at Scottish Curling, Paralympics GB, we had such amazing support from Scottish Disability Sport as well. So for us, it was just absolutely phenomenal to have people that were able to support us, to meet people from different nations from all over the world that I'm still friendly with, which is fantastic.
Even your rivals?
Do you know, absolutely our rivals, we've got some great friends.
And now you work for WheelPower. Tell us what you do for WheelPower and what's your role at the Glasgow Spinal unit?
Well, my role is working with these guys over there and our support staff. Our lead physio that's here, Lindsay, she's been absolutely fantastic, and I want to thank her for just being so supportive to me and all the other physios and OTs at the unit. At the spinal unit, I work with the patients, new patients, and we do sports activities in afternoons. So we'll bring in sports that you have here, that you've seen here at these games, and we'll do that on a Friday afternoon. And what the hope is that the patients will go out afterwards when they leave the hospital. And some have been able to come here for this championship, which is brilliant. I hope you guys have enjoyed it.
As you know, there's a special connection between Stoke Mandeville and the heritage of the Paralympics, and we have a flame lighting ceremony every time there's a Paralympic Games to send a good luck message from the birthplace to the athletes competing. And we have a little ceremony to light the heritage flame. And you were one of our torchbearers in 2022. What was that like as an experience?
When WheelPower phoned me and asked me if I would be the torchbearer for the part of the relay at the Heritage Centre here at Stoke Mandeville, I felt so emotional, because I knew that I hadn't been here for over 40 years, and to be given the honour and privilege to light the flame at the place where sport begun for me as a wheelchair user was just an amazing type thing to do. And I loved every minute of it.
And what would you say to everyone who's taken part in this week's activities? What would your message be to encourage them about having sport as part of their everyday life and how they can stay fit and active?
Sport for me has made my life through different injuries I've had. I had cancer, breast cancer, a few years ago, and I was still competing, and sport basically saved my life. I competed throughout my cancer treatment, and I was able to keep fit and healthy. And because I was so fit and healthy, because of sport and all the different sporting activities, I tried at Stoke Mandeville and taken home, and over the years tried different sports. It certainly made me very fit and active. So what I would say is, any activities, any sports, get out there, get out into the fresh air, stay active, try something that you're passionate about, something that you love, and just go and try it. And I love that saying, just do it. Just get out there and do it.
Angie. Angie's contributions to wheelchair curling were recognised in 2017 when she was awarded an MBE in the Queen's Birthday Honours. And I'm sure you will all agree, truly inspirational athlete, but more than that, a truly inspirational person. Please give a round of applause for our special guest.